Good morning YouTube and welcome back to my FPV journey. Today we're talking about my first flight with the Avatar. Let's go! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about my first flight with the Avatar. As I said in the intro, obviously I would like to have filmed this out and about whilst I was actually flying it, but it was on a whim that I went out, and yeah, a bit of an impulsive flying out the door, literally. I didn't have an intention to fly it just yet, to be honest, but I just wanted to get out and just have a flight, and I thought I recorded the footage, so I might as well show you the footage. But yeah, as I said, unfortunately, I didn't film myself whilst I was out and about there. It's just one of those things. It takes a lot of preparation, to be honest, and time to film stuff on location, the different views, and just make it interesting for you guys. You may or may not be able to see that my usual setup behind me with colours and stuff like that is not a thing today. If you haven't seen on my Instagram, I'm currently moving with work, so I had to set something up back there at work so I could do some filming and editing whilst I'm away, because I'll be away from the family during the week. In the evenings, once I've finished work, keep the grind going and work with this for you guys. Is obviously my side hustle to try and progress. So today I've got a candle there and an old, it's like an old car work light thing that I've got there. Got the usual fairy lights there, they'll be staying there. Yeah, and until I've updated it. I got some new coloured lights for here, or some new coloured lights for back in the room in my new workplace. Then at the moment it's just this bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to review the footage. I'll go back through and I'll just talk about it, kind of like my other series that I've done before with the flight simulators and stuff like that. And if you haven't seen the flight simulators with the liftoff, then follow this link wherever it is, and you can see some of those liftoff stuff within the series. And if you're not aware of what this series is, then this is basically my FPV journey from the ground up, all the way from starting right at the back at the start when I bought the first controller a month or two ago. That video's here somewhere, or here, I can never remember which way, but I'll link to the series anyway, and then you can see the rest of the videos. And then yeah, cool beans, like, subscribe, all those cool things, and keep following for more, because it'd be good to get into the community, and for you to come to the FPV community, and for me to tap into the current FPV community. So anybody out there that does FPVs, other than the one person that I know and I chat to on Instagram, then yeah, hook up on Instagram and we can collab. So yeah, that's pretty cool. What we're going to do is just going to go into the footage now, and I'll show you. I'll just talk through it. Let's get into the footage. So I finally found out how to record. It was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I'm trying to think whether this was in manual or not. I don't think it was. I think, yeah, this was in manual, so I'm just going to pause it here. So it took me a good, I don't know, 5-10 minutes maybe to work myself around the menus and everything else like that. And obviously by this point my battery's going down. I'm trying to cycle through the menus and stuff, and it's all touch on. Really disorientating to start with, because everything's black apart from the screen, obviously, but I'm in the middle of a field, or on the edge of a field, and you're trying to do the touch screen things, or the touch pads, trying to work myself around the menus. I flew around a little bit with in manual and sports, and I didn't really like it. It looked a bit too controlled. I don't know, just weird. Just didn't flow very well. It's like a cross between FPV and a normal Mavic like I've got, where it flies a bit, but it's still a bit twitchy. So I wasn't happy about that. Obviously, I wanted to go full manual, and I just could not get full manual. I couldn't understand why. And I thought, right, go into the menus. Anyway, to unlock full manual, you have to make sure that the sticks are unlocked, like I mentioned in the video that's up here somewhere, that when I got the new controller, basically, so the throttle doesn't spring back. It has to be gradual so that you get full control, and you have to confirm that that you've done that, that you've adjusted it before you can get into manual. So obviously I didn't know about that, so I unlocked it there whilst mid-flight, and then I was squared. I sorted, so we'll go back into the footage now. But yeah, this is literally straight into full manual, and I was like, oh, hello. So this footage is straight out of the camera. I was recording in the goggles as well. It's pretty much just trying to get a feel for it, trying to get what do you call it? Trying to get see how realistic it was compared to simulator and stuff like that. And also trying to just get used to how it moves and stuff like that without trying anything too crazy. And I was going to go towards, like, through that gap in the trees you can see there, but I start to lose signal straight away, so I need to look into that. I was only like 300 or 400 meters away, and I start to lose signal through the goggles, so that wasn't great. But yeah, just need to test and adjust really. So this footage that I've just switched onto now is the same clip, but stabilized through the software called gyroscope. So I'll try and flick between the two so that you can see. God, the gyroflow, sorry, what did I say, gyroscope? Gyroflow, man, it makes so much difference. You switch between the both. I still need to test and adjust with it. So you can see it's kind of zooming in and out as it's trying to adjust, stuff like that. So yeah, I was mainly just flying around just to test what was going on. Could not get used to the remote either. That was a bit frustrating, because I'm used to, on the simulator, I'm used to, just going to pause it, on the simulator I'm used to using my thumb and forefinger, like that, instead of just a thumb holding onto the remote. And I got a lanyard, which you might be able to see as I fly past myself, but probably not. I got a lanyard, but it doesn't keep it level, because I've been used to sat down resting on my knees. Just doesn't keep it level, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing in the future. I'm thinking about getting like a camping chair, for example, a fold-up chair to take with me every time I go for a flight, and then sit down and do it like that, because you get so much more control. I've tried to test it both in the simulator and stuff like that, which is mega why you can have a simulator in the first place, so you don't have to crash all the time. But so much more control when I'm using thumb and forefinger. But anyway, let's get back to the footage. So as you can see, I'm flying towards myself. This is weird as well, because you can hear, obviously in my ears, I can hear the drone getting towards me, but I don't know how far away it is. And at this point, for camera settings, I've got it on manual. I still need to get some ND filters so that I can get a decent slow shutter speed. Yeah, I saw that gap and I thought I'm going to try and get through this gap. And I think I got through it, but I bottled it towards the end, and I tried to like raise it at the height a little bit. But it's going to reverse that. And I think if I keep it here, I think I got through it, but yeah, I don't know. You could be the judge of that. It's close anyway. It's close for my first flight. But But what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Being disoriented. Yeah, seeing through the goggles, it's not as clear as this camera. It was steaming up. It wasn't fully focused. But yeah, it is what it is. But I'll switch now to what I can see in the goggles. So now we're in the goggles, you can see how twitchy it is and what I can see through the goggles instead of being on gyroflow or whatever. And it's not as crystal clear as you can see. It's not as crystal clear as what's in what the drone's seeing. But you can see the data at the bottom. Battery was getting low. Although I took off where obviously I am at the moment, but the home point was different. Oh, I love that bit, by the way. Let's switch it to the other footage. But yeah, I love this bit because I just have a little swoop down. Nearly stacked it, not gonna lie, it's pretty close. And then obviously a little swoop over the hedge. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see in the data on the goggles that I was talking about, I didn't have much battery left. I have like 14% battery left. As you can see there, it says 2 minutes 16. It's all dependent on how much you use the throttle. It can go up and down, but I'm fairly close to me, so I wasn't too worried about the battery running out or anything like that. And I thought I'd have one last swoop along here, see how close I could get to the ground. As you see there, it got 0.8, so 80 centimeters off the floor. I'm trying to follow this line. So yeah, I was mega happy with that. And then as I turned around, I think it just went into like what do you call it? Just went into like stop. There we go. Normal mode. Battery too low. Landed on its own. Which was fine. I tried to cancel it, but it's not the same as my Mavic, where you can like chin it off or just ignore it and bring it back to you. So as you can see, it landed there, and the next bit of footage, that I've got eventually is me walking along the field. And trying to see exactly where it was, as you can see there. So then for this bit, I was trying to take a selfie, through the Avata, but I didn't know whether I was taking it or not. But I did capture a selfie. After I've edited, it looks like this. So yeah, I was quite happy with that photo actually, and then I posted it on Instagram also. So yeah, that was pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to show through. We're just going to switch between the footage that I've got. We'll go back through it where I do that at low pass, see what the goggles see, what the camera sees, and then how it looks after it's been stabilised. And then a couple of the settings that you need to have. I can't show it at the moment, but a couple of settings that you need to have is in the stabilising bit. You need to have that. I can't remember what it is, set to off, set to. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to have a look. I'll post it whilst I'm chatting next to you, like here somewhere. The settings that you have to have to enable you to be able to use the gyroscope. Because if you don't have these specific settings and the camera is in a certain format and certain aspect ratio, then the gyroflow just won't work. So yeah, top tips, have those camera settings. But that's pretty much it, guys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this one. Obviously it's not the same as being out and about, I get that. I just wanted to use this footage and show you this is my first flight, literally first ever flight. I didn't want to make one on the future that looked a bit better and it's out and about and I'm trying to blag you that it's my first flight and be like, hang on a minute, you've practiced like 3 or 4 times now. What was your very first flight like? So that was what my very first flight was like. Twitchy. It wasn't that windy, slightly windy. but definitely something to get used to. And yeah, I'm looking forward to these videos in the future. And I've got a couple of ideas that what I want to do when I'm actually filming myself out and about. But yeah, just need to square that away, sort that out. But yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and please share. I'm actually losing subscribers at the moment, so that's absolutely brilliant. This will be my 18th video since Christmas, so like 6 weeks, and it's like 18 videos, which is just bands on it. I've just been constantly at it. So yeah, just got to keep going. So far I've been doing 2 videos a week. I didn't think I'd be doing 2 videos a month, so we shall see what happens. So yeah, this is Friday today, and obviously I usually post these on a Saturday, so just trying to grind it as much as I can when I can. So yeah, please support the channel, and that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in